Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that most people know as Leffy or Leaf Blower, and we know as Fifi La Pew Pew. This one's on the south spawn of Cliff Encounter, and it's under the command of Anisoptera. And yes, unfortunately, due to that muck up in the program by Wargaming, if you enter into a battle where the countdown's already started, then unfortunately you lose either the sound of the engines or you lose the tracks. You've got a choice. And since we like to see the tracks moving, it's probably easier actually. Yeah, we're going to be playing without engine noise, but we will get the sound effects from the explosions. Now, Anisoptera has decided to take to the bushes behind the cap area, or to one side of them. He's aiming towards the western pass because there's nearly always somebody who will actually come into that little corner and go behind those rocks. And I just saw something, I think it was a tree go down, and now we've seen a wall go down. So if he aims into that corner, yep, there's somebody turned up. It's a KV2. He's lining up the shot, rounds out. Unfortunately, RNG puts the shell to the left, but he's going to give it another go because this Arty fires very quickly. He's got a standard reload of 8.92 seconds, and Anisoptera's got 7.51, so he's dropped it by about a second and a half, and he's waiting for the enemy to appear. He's taking a guess, and it was a good guess because there was somebody there, because he got a direct hit. There was no explosion from that shell. I'd say it's a fairly good bet that that KV2's also just pulled up behind that rock. And we just saw the tracer coming from up on the plateau behind one of the bushes at the back behind the cap. Or where the cap would be, because this is after all an encounter battle. So there's no cap at the back, it's just a spawn area, but you know what I mean. Okay, the enemy's got a Chiha in there. Now if Anisoptera was to fire a round in right now, he wouldn't get much splash on that Chiha because he's just too far away. The shell needs to be reasonably close, within 2 meters, to actually do any damage. It's a 410 alpha, 53 millimeters of pen, but it's only a 2 meter burst radius, so you need to get the shell reasonably close. That wasn't close enough to the Su-76, and that tank is going to be out of range. Now this Arty will only fire over about 75% of the map if it's in the corner. You have to move it a bit closer to the center of the map if you want to get shots on the whole map. If you move closer to the center, in fact, you'll be able to get the whole map, I'd say from around about the base of the hill. It's a bit dangerous going up there, though, because if you do get spotted, at the moment he's restricted on range, but the KV2 went all the way around and actually came up the other side. We can now see him. He fires towards the T-3485M. We can see that Anisoptera's got the habit of actually firing and then pulling back to see what happens to the shell. He's not fully dialed in, but these two are moving through that aim point. Oh, no, he fired at where they were. Okay, another enemy's gone into the cap. We're blocking the cap at the moment with 2 of our own tanks. And he did actually manage to hit one of the tanks in the cap there, splash them because he got some cap reduction points. Now the Stug and the Chiha. Oh, it was the T-3485M that he hit. He's going for the Stug. Oh, he hits the Chiha. He was definitely aiming for the Stug, but the Chiha got the round instead. And that shows you how wildly the shells are veering off course. That he aims at the Stug and he hits the Chiha, who's about 20 meters away. And he's killed the Chihi. Actually, it wasn't a Chiha, it was a Chihi. But he got him. He went outside the cap circle, but he aimed at where he last saw him. And yes, that shell did go straight and hit the target. Okay, so we've got 2 enemy tanks in the cap area. We know where the Su-85 is. There's a nice tank up top there. It's a light tank. It's an M8A1 sitting up top on the rise there, shooting Perfect target, but he's trying to aim for the Stug to take him out of the game. I go for the M8A1. Much better. He's got hit points. Still trying to get the Stug. The Stug's gone. There's the M8A1. That's what I was suggesting. Unfortunately, now he's out of hit points. But we've got a T6 medium trying to go up the hill. He's going to stop there and try and shoot over that rise. Direct hit, 143. The enemy Matildas thinks that he can dominate it by pushing. That's going to work against him because he comes up against the rock. And the Anisoptera fires and gets a kill. So that's his second kill of the game. All the enemy are falling, well, I'd say falling like flies, but the thing is that there was a rush of their tanks dying, but so was there was a rush of our tanks dying as well. And he tried to get a shot there, but I think that one hit the rock face, not the enemy. He might want to consider putting some rounds on that KV-1 just now. The enemy Strib 42 just killed our Wolverine, but he did get a hit on the KV-1. Our M8A1 is stopping the Strib from moving any further. So go back to the Strib and see what he's looking. Pull back. Just pull back. That's it. Now, get that one. That's it. He stopped. No. Just a little lead on the target. And there you go. Now. Nice hit. 242. Do him again. Oh, but that'll do the KV-1. He stopped to take a shot. That's it. Into the turret. One more. Keep repeating. Keep pumping those shells out as fast as they load. And another kill. That's 3. Come on, make the 4th. Go for the Strib. Yes, he's got him. 4 kills. Unfortunately, we're losing teammates as well. There's only 2 left on our team, and the other one is the Lux, and he's down below the cliff. Unfortunately, there's 5 left on the enemy team, so this is a bit of an ask for Anisoptera. And he is out in the open at the moment. He needs to get into cover because these enemy tanks are going to be spotting him soon if they get close enough. He fires a quick round at the Su-76. You can see the KV-2's up on the cliff. They're going after the Lux. Come on, you can do him. Yes, he's got another kill. That's his 5th. The enemy's got a Jackson coming towards the cap area. Well, coming towards our spawn area, I should say, because it is an encounter. They've got somebody in the cap. Only one, but we can hit this KV-2. Just need to line up the shot. And the Lux is dead, but so is the KV-2, and that's the Top Gun. And now it's the Jackson. We're facing 3 opponents. Line up the shot. He fires one in. He gets a direct hit. Unfortunately, now the enemy knows where we are. We fire another round in and hit the Jackson again. It's not a penetrating shot. And unfortunately, because we didn't move, the enemy Fifi has got us. Well, you have to credit Anisoptera for trying. He did try really hard to win this one, but at the end he just ran out of teammates. He got a first-class tanker in the Fifi on the cliff map. He also managed to pick up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 17. And he got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. He was well on the way to getting his 7th kill in the form of that Jackson. But unfortunately, the enemy Arty managed to get him by then. He was still out in the open. And as I said, as soon as that Su-76M got close down the cliff, he needed to get to cover because the enemy could see where he was. And so long as they could see him, they could shoot him. And yes, unfortunately, he did get killed in the end. 4,842, which is Super Unicum standard. Very well done in that sense, but nobody else to share the excitement of defeat. He did try. Let's have a look at damage, and we can see that it was the Jackson on his team. On Anisoptera's team, who got the high caliber, he picked up 2,099 hit points of damage. The second highest damage went to Anisoptera with 1,606, and the third highest damage went to the KV-2 on the enemy team with 1,458. When it came to kills, yep, Anisoptera got that one with 6 kills. 3 kills went to the Strib M42, 2 kills went to the Jackson on his own team with that high caliber, and also the KV2, the KV1, and the Matilda on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it's the Shure MV7X did the best with 793, 705 went to the KV2, and 685 went to the KV1, with Anisoptera coming in fourth with 620. He fired 29 rounds in that game, got 15 direct hits on the enemy and 3 penetrations, 17 splash, damage of 1,606 hit points, of which 1,439 were up more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the enemy, both were penetrations. Yes, I'm afraid that was unfortunate. And of course, the shot that killed him was the splash from an enemy Arty, which finished him off altogether. 10 enemy vehicles were damaged, 6 were killed, and he did 18 defense points, right, resetting the cap when he was firing rounds in there. 34,670 credits from the game, 6,075 for Courageous Resistance. That's because he got a Battle Hero medal for the Top Gun, and 40,745 credits altogether. After repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, he made 15,281 credits profit. 25 bonds, and he also got 960 XP, 534 for Courageous Resistance, and 586 for this being a premium vehicle. Took away 2,050 experience points altogether. So yes, it was a good try. I would say though, on your technique, if you try and keep pumping those shells out as fast as you can, the moment they're loaded, fire. So you're lining them up for the next shot the moment you fired your first one. So you're just following the target, judging where they're going to be, putting those rounds in, maximizing your fire rate will maximize the number of kills you get, and it'll get rid of those tanks before they can do anything. But that was a good battle. It was a fun battle to watch, and well done. Unfortunate that it was a loss, though. There you go. You can't have everything. You were up against 3 opponents, and one of them happened to be an enemy Arty who was dialed in on your position. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.